How you doing, folks? Good evening, Internet. Good evening, YouTube. Good evening, everybody. My name is Rocky Whitaker, and I have an issue with 9/11. Now, before I go any further, I want to preface this, first of all, by saying that I tip my beer to all of the men, women who died in the Twin Tower attacks. I want to raise my beer to all the firemen and the police officers who gave their lives and are still giving their lives due to the cancerous substances that they breathed in during the cleanup of 9/11 after they were told that it was safe to be out there and breathing in all of the toxic chemicals. And last but not least, I would like to raise my beer to all of our fighting men and women who have been sent to the Middle East in useless wars and useless acts of aggression sent by our government. All of those who have given their lives for a useless cause. I hope that in whatever afterlife they have, they're given every reward because they were sure treated like shit here. So, first off. Second, I would like to say that this webcast is not for the faint of heart. If you have a problem with different ideas, if you have a problem with profanity at times, if you have a problem with somebody just getting shit off of their chest, I suggest you go and watch Dancing with the Stars or some other unintelligible drivel like that, because you're not going to hear about that shit here. Like I said before, I have an issue with 9/11. Now, I'm sure that everybody and their mother has an issue with 9/11 in some form or fashion. I'm not, it's not lost on me that people are still pissed off when they think about 9/11. They're still pissed off thinking about the Twin Towers getting hit by planes. The Pentagon getting hit by a plane, or the plane that crashed in Shanksville, let's roll. You know, that whole deal. I'm pissed off at 9/11, and I have issues with 9/11 for a completely different reason. And I'm going to share them with you because I really have no fear, and I'm a loudmouth, so I'm going to say whatever the hell I feel like saying. The first thing that I take issue with when it comes to 9/11 is the fake patriotism that comes out around this time of year. Before September 11th, 2001, you rarely saw people wearing the American flag, having the American flag on their vehicle. You saw some, and to those people, I say, hear, hear, because you obviously love our country year-round. But there are those people out there, and you know who you are, who all of a sudden break out their American flags, yeah, USA, when some shit hits the fan, like 9/11. The fake patriotism came out in droves and droves. It came out everywhere. They had fake patriotism just falling out of their ass, okay? And we're supposed to buy the fact that you actually give two shits about the country year-round. The only thing that you really care about when it gets right down to it is, do I have my Facebook? Can I watch my shitty reality television? And does my iPhone work? Okay, that's it. That's all you people care about. And then when it becomes cool and kosher to want to be part of the country, then you do it. All right? But I digress on that. Every year, around this time, here on the 11th year, and can you believe it's been 11 years since this travesty happened, since this joke that we call 9/11 was perpetrated on our country? And I'll get to that in a minute, but think about it. 11 years of fake patriotism on one day, where people be like, we'll never forget. Okay, really? CBS forgot? Okay, CBS forgot. Other people forgot. You know, I was working today. I had to remind people that it's 9/11 today. But sometimes the wrong people remember. The wrong people remember. The ones that have to roll out their flag at the end of the day, like, oh, we remember. Oh. Fuck off. Okay, you make me sick. And any red-blooded American who is worth their salt, who loves their country, and who is just in love with the fact of being an American, that should make them sick as well. Okay? You people need to throw your bumper stickers away. You need to throw away your shirts that you got at the Blueberry Festival, wherever the fuck you got your little cheap shirts from. Throw them away too, and just go away, because you make us all sick. All right? That's one. Issue 2. Anybody who knows me, I don't have to tell you that I have an issue with how 9/11 was explained. All right? So let me just paraphrase the government's official explanation for September 11th. A handful of Arabs, mostly from Saudi Arabia, managed to fool the CIA, the FBI, the National Security Agency, 14 to 16 other spy networks of other countries, our Air Strike Command, fooled them all, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. They were fooled 4 times in the same day to perpetrate this vile act, a day that will live in infamy. That term was used another time. It was Pearl Harbor. Does anybody remember Pearl Harbor? Raise your hand. Okay. It's been proven since that Franklin D. Roosevelt knew Pearl Harbor was going to happen before it happened, because he needed an excuse to get America into World War II so his banker fucking buddies could make out the deal. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Franklin D. Roosevelt, the kindly old man in the fucking wheelchair. Yeah. Piece of shit, like most others. Does anybody remember the Gulf of Tonkin incident that started the Vietnam War, one of the most costly wars when it came down to lives and lives that it ruined? Was it fake? That was another day that would live in infamy. It was a fake. It was a fucking fake. Okay? So now we're supposed to believe in this modern time of all of these things that our country can do. You know, they can pretty much see through. They're like Superman, okay? They can do all this shit, but a bunch of Arabs living in fucking caves learned how to fly planes and crashed them into shit? Really? Really? When you think about it like that, do you know how many of you people buy that shit? Then I wonder why. I have to wonder why, because it doesn't compute with me. I have to wonder why, because no sane person, no person who actually has a lick of fucking brains in their head would listen to that story and say, oh, that sounds okay. No. There isn't even a picture of a plane hitting the Pentagon. 11 years later, they haven't released those photos because of national security. National security equals we lied, generally. Shanksville, still nobody knows what the hell happened there. And the Twin Towers getting hit. What about Building 7? Does anybody even know that Building 7 fell? From fire? Wasn't even hit by a fucking plane, but it fell. They all pancaked. I'm going to stop when it comes to talking about this, because honestly, you know, I've done research, I've watched, you know, and I've seen a lot of things, but I'm not an expert on this. I can't give you the whys, the wherefores. You know, I can tell you that you need to keep an open mind on things. Am I saying that Bush and Cheney and their cronies actually directed this shit to happen? No. Am I saying that the Arabs in their little caves hatched this diabolical fucking plot to wreck the Twin Towers? No. You know, the truth's always somewhere in the middle. But I guarantee you it was known that it was going to happen. And I guarantee you that they knew what they were doing. Okay? Look at what's happened now in America. Look at America post 9/11. We can't go anywhere in airports now. They frisk us. They touch our junk. You know, if I want to go do that, I'll go pay a hooker on Mermaid Avenue. Or I'll go get a nice happy ending massage. Or maybe I'll just talk to my wife about it. I don't need to go to an airport where I might be going for business or pleasure, and to start the thing off, hey, let's have a person in blue nitrile gloves stick their finger up my ass because I might be holding a weapon of mass destruction. Only if I eat Taco Bell, brother. Okay? Idiocy. If the goal of the terrorists, as they said, was to wreck our freedoms, well, they did a fucking good job. Because the freedoms are gone. A lot of people don't realize that because you've got your heads stuck in your television or you're texting away on your fucking cell phone. You don't see it. If you're offended by this, I don't give a shit. Really, I don't. This is just my opinion. But I'm telling you right now, I am a better person for keeping an open mind on things. I'm a better person for wanting to hear all sides of the story than you fucking people are, just by taking a story that the news feeds you, who have lied to us before. Banker bailouts, anybody ring a bell? I'm a better person than you are because I can keep an open mind about things. People who keep an open mind about things like this, especially when it comes to government lies, are better people than all you sheeple out there. Remember that. And I want you to take that to your grave. Because if the truths don't start coming out about 9/11 per se, or anything else, we're all going to die. The karmic debt's going to be heavy on us because we let them get away with it. You know, that's about all I have to say on it. Feel free to comment. As always, I'm not going to comment back to anybody, but I want you to have your say, whether you agree with me or not. Doesn't matter. That's fine. And, hey, if you want me to have an issue with something else, let me know. But right now, my issue with 9/11 is closed. Until next year, that is.